Hello viewers, welcome to this tutorial. I'm sort of not been posting because I've been up and down handling some small projects, and right now I'm ready to go on from where we stopped. So in the last three or previous lectures we looked at functions, variables, everything, and now we're coming to the most interesting part, which is OOP, or what we call object oriented programming, like this. Oh, so when it comes to OOP, we're talking about classes and objects. So these objects, yeah. So a class basically is a blueprint of what we're going to do, and then the object is the actual presentation like that, representation of the entity. Let me call it entity. So for example, if we have class is motorcycle like this, then objects will preferably be, oh, I don't know what's wrong with my spec there, but should I go by that so slowly? So objects will be maybe Bajaj is the most common in Africa. We have TVS, we have Senki, the Chinese brand. We have is it? I see it's called Express. So these are the actual entities of this class motorcycle. Like these contain the methods maybe for changing gears, next gear, maybe transiting from gear number 1 to 2, the speed limit. For example, this one is 110 km per hour, like that, and then this one is 120 km per hour. Then saying I don't know, and this I don't know. So each object has its own implementation of its methods and attributes, right? So this is what we're going to discuss. Basically, a class being a blueprint of how this will look like, of what we're going to do, then our object being the actual representation of that entity. Like Bajaj is an object running at 110 kilometers per hour. We have TVS running at 110 kilometers per hour. So this is what we're gonna be discussing in this tutorial. So let's go to the practical part. Include as usual IOStream, and next is using namespace std. Then here, so I'm gonna create a custom class, and we said we're talking about motorcycle like that, right? So our class is motorcycle. So look at this. The moment you create a class and you cross the braces, automatically C++ or this compiler adds a clause or a termination. So all classes are terminated. Then outside this class, we're going to call the main function, which is int main, like that. And in here is where everything will take place. Just here we'll implement the class, and its actual objects will be initialized in here, the main function. So let's go and declare some variables. Maybe we can say int speed, and we can say string color. Then we can say int gear, like that. Okay. So every motorcycle has maximum speed. Let's say 110 kilometers per hour. Then int car, it can be red or green color, like that. Then gear, how many gears? Bajaj has 4, TVS has 5, and Senk has 5, like that. So these are the properties or attributes of each object they will be holding. So by default, the moment you declare anything, any variable inside the class, it is private by default, right? So we need to declare some public access to the private variables we created, and then we're going to create a function maybe for speed. We can call it setup like this. Then this function is going, actually let's call it display. So this function is going to say that Bajaj has maximum speed of and this is our speed, right? Like this. So Bajaj has maximum speed of that, and then color is equal to color, and then lastly we're gonna say gears like that, right? Okay, now the setup, okay, it is display. Then we need to call another one called setup. Okay, then this one is gonna be in now like this, and copy this to here. I want to minimize everything, and copy this to here as well. Okay, like that. So now we've defined our class, and it has two functions, one for setting up the number of GR speed, and one then one for displayed whatever value we set up. Then next is calling or creating an object of this class. And how do we create an object? We first bring the class name here, and then we give that object, right? So you can create multiple objects and like that. Next is we simply say Bajaj dot set up. Then after setting up, we can easily say Bajaj dot this must be display, right? So if we run it from here, you don't expect any error. It is G and not here. Okay, so they are asking Bajaj has a maximum of 110 kilometers per hour. Color is red, and how many gears? 4. So you can easily see that Bajaj has a maximum speed of 110. Color is red, and it has 4 gears. So that is our first object created. So let's do this, and we're gonna copy this, paste it, change this from Bajaj to TVS, right? Then TVS. If you run it again, so Bajaj has maximum of 110, red, and 4. Bajaj has maximum speed of. Then next we can put TVS for maybe 210. It is blue in color and has 5 gears. So TVS has maximum 210 blue and 5 gears. So that's it for today. We meet in the next lecture.